I finished off my ICF certification in 2019, and I had some clients during, the let me say the last month of 2019, and then some others in 2020 when we were all there, stuck in lockdown.
Yeah.
And then from October, the clients just disappeared. I know that there is a reason, because I was hosted on a friend's website, and then he decided to change his business, and so I was taken off by, from this website, and I was really struggling to find a marketing strategy to get known, to be more visible than I am at the moment. I built my website in the meantime, both in English and Italian. I have some prospects, some potential clients, but in the end, I didn't get any real clients.
Yeah.
So, I got great feedbacks from the people with whom I work with, and on the other hand, no word of mouth with other people, and I'm really struggling finding clients.
Yeah. And what's that experience been like for you?
I have to say, in a certain way, frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
In another way, I know that it takes time to be, more visible, to be known better. And so I know that so communicating, it's not that easy. You were telling this before. You post and then you don't know really if you will be appreciated or better. I think that if someone will get your message, if someone will resonate with your message and will say, okay, this is a coach with whom I want to work with.
Yeah.
That's my feeling at the moment.
Yeah. So you're really struggling with, so you had a website, you were on somebody else's website, you had a few clients, and then something shifted where the clients kind of went away, and you have a website in English and Italian. Now consider it's not the website that's stopping you from creating clients.
No, I know that it's not that. I know that, I need to get out of my way.
Okay, great. So tell me about that. What makes you say I'm in my own way? What's really stopping you from putting yourself out there? So, I know you said it's marketing strategies, but you're your best marketing tool. What's going on with you?
No, I know it's something more, it's something deeper, it's something personal. I know that I got limiting beliefs, and I'm working on that since, I don't know, like 10 years. And I know that in a certain way, I finally arrived at the core of my issue. And still, I know that it will take some time to get rid of it, to transform it. It's not just to get rid, because it's something that is really part of my childhood. Of really, I know where all this comes from.
So, are you open to working with me a little bit on this?
Of course. If it's useful also for the other.
Okay, so this is my recommendation, you guys. I'm gonna help, hopefully, Elisabetta have a breakthrough. Did you hear what she said? She said she's been working on this for years, these limiting beliefs, but there's something getting in her way of helping her to really move forward with velocity. So now I encourage you to listen from two views. What can you get for yourself? And how can you use this to help somebody else? Now, are you willing to hold space for her to potentially have a powerful breakthrough? Yeah? Okay, great. Perfect. So sometimes we have this tendency to tune out. Let's tune in. So, Elisabetta, What do you think is the biggest limiting belief that's holding you back right now?
Aha. Straight to the point. I know. It's something related to I need to find the right words. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So first of all, it's my inner critic.
Mhm.
And this voice comes out from, part of my character and part of from my parents.
So what is that inner critic saying? What are your beliefs about yourself?
Okay, that you're not good enough. You're not worthy. There's something that you're missing. And it's something also about obeying some requirements from my parents. And, I know that at a certain point, when I was a child, I had this I was imaging and dreaming in technicolors. And then at a certain point, everyone was telling me, okay, you have to put your feet on the ground and you have to be practiced, try to live in real life. I don't know what happened in the meantime. And so I know that I just shut all my dreams in a box.
So hold on 1 second, Elisabetta.
Yeah.
Do you remember specifically something that happened? Do you remember like one specific moment in time where you shared about your dreams and somebody said something? Can you, if you can laser in, what happened? How old were you? And what did they say?
So I was about, sorry, I'm laughing because it's really curious because these things came up really sharp into my mind in the past few days.
Yeah.
So nothing happens for a reason. So everything happens for a reason. So there are two occurrence. So the first one, I think I was in primary school, like 8, 9 years old, and I was writing a composition during the summer, and so we were asked to describe our dream job. So at that time, I wanted to be a veterinary. Yeah. So I wrote that I was helping, small animals like cats and dogs and so on, and that I was taking care about monkeys as well and bringing them to the park and playing with them. And my aunt told me, this is not real. Veterinaries don't go to the park and play with monkeys. So you had to rewrite it. And that was my dream at the moment. And that was one.
Okay, wait a minute. Stay right here with me, okay? Because we're going to just stick with this one. I know there's a whole bunch, but let's stick with this one. What was that experience like for you when you're excited, you're writing this composition and you're dreaming big about monkeys and taking them to the park and helping animals? And then somebody said, that's not real. You can't have that. What was that experience like for you as a child? The feeling, emotion.
No, the emotion is that I was, shocked. I was stuck. I was freezing. And I think that I just, got frozen in that emotion. And I began to restrain myself so both with imagination and communication as well.
Yeah. So what decision did you make about yourself in that moment?
That, my technicolor dreams couldn't become true. That maybe.
But that's not the decision you made about yourself. You made a decision about yourself in that moment that you're still living into.
Yeah, I mean, the decision that I made is that I was not worthy enough to try or to be loved as well, because, you know, I was really trying to just not to obey, but to behave in a way that people could love me, but not as I was, but as they wanted me to be.
So in that decision, inside of what happened, you made a decision that you have to be X, Y, and Z. If you can bottom line, what were those decisions? You had to be.
I have to be the good kiddo, like obeying and saying and doing what I was, so that they were telling me.
Yeah. So you had to be obedient, and you had to be.
So, it goes really deep, because I decided that I wasn't worth the space and the air.
So you had to be obedient. You weren't worthy. And inside of being obedient and not worthy, what did you give up?
Oh, I gave up on myself. I gave up on my dreams. I gave up my voice.
You gave up your voice. You gave up your dreams. And how is that still showing up today?
Yeah, that I'm not, I mean, I'm not communicating myself in the way I know, because, you know, I have to say that lately I began to post on Instagram and Facebook as well, things that I was seeing, like, you know, going, walking in the fields, I saw flowers, and I was really inspired. And I wrote, I think, a lot of posts coming out from my heart, from my original vision of the world.
Yep.
And I think that all the job that I've done during the past, let me say, 10, 15 years, you know, produced some good results, but still I'm stuck.
Yeah. So consider this. Okay. I'm just going to switch the views for a second. So consider this. When you're in primary school, when that happened, you made a decision to protect yourself. If I give up my voice and my creativity and I'm obedient, I will never have to experience that shock again. Now, this has shaped your identity, giving up your voice, your creativity. Now imagine, as you're growing your coaching business, what you're fighting against is your old self and your new version of yourself, the authentic version, the one that you gave up being when you were 8 years old, the creative one, the larger than life one, the one with a voice that could see in technicolors. That's all you're up against right now. Now, if you were willing to believe that you are worthy, and you are willing to believe that what you say matters and your dreams matter, how would you be showing up inside of your coaching business?
You mean practically, or from
If you were willing
side?
to believe that you created that at 8 years old, you've been living into that because of that one thing that happened, who would you be being inside of your business?
I mean, I think I could, you know, also record some videos as well, showing up a lot more. I know I've done it, you know, here and there, and I was, you know, reading again some feedbacks that I received, and I was, you know, partly shocked by a comment of one of the people that were following this video, and she wrote that my voice was low. And instead, when I began to speak about the inner critic and how about, you know, the feelings and all the strings attached to this core issue, she wrote that you really know your stuff. Your voice raised. It was really, you know, your speech was really clear, and there was a lot of value in it. So I know that when I'm just freeing myself from restraint and from my fears.
Yeah. So notice, right? Sorry to cut you off, but I just want to make sure like I stay on track here. Notice that wall that you keep bumping up against is you dipping your toes in and pulling out, dipping your toes in and pulling out. Testing, is it safe? Is it not safe? It is safe.
I know I have to, you know, from a logical point of view, I understand it. But, you know, the hardest 30 centimeters to go from here to there.
Yeah.
So hardest to do.
So this is the only way. Now I'm speaking to everybody in this room. When we're up against those invisible blocks that are getting in our way, the only way to break through is to notice the triggers, first of all, uncover the limiting beliefs, and only then can we be the authentic version of ourselves. See, the authentic version of you is screaming to come out, but you're holding her back. You're protecting the 8-year-old. Now, it's inside of the actions, bold, consistent, persistent actions that will go away. But only until you take consistent actions, until those fears and doubts, they just go on the back burner. They don't leave you. You know, that story that I have, who do you think you are? She doesn't leave. She's a part of me. Every time I do one of these trainings, she comes up. Who do you think you are? And she shows up to say, hey, how's the energy in the room? I care. What are you guys thinking? That's how she shows up. And I'm like, oh, there she is again. Right? She shows up. But now, instead of her running this workshop, I allow her to come poke her head in once in a while. And then I put her back in the back seat. And I say, it's okay, girl. I got you. Whether they like you or not, it doesn't matter. You get to give them all you got today. And when you show up from that place, the inner critic gets a little lower. But that is the bold, consistent action you have to be willing to take in order to grow your coaching business. Are you willing to do that, to break free, to break through?
Yeah. I'm here for this reason.
Yeah. So what new actions will you start taking today as a result of this?
So I will go back and post something about the inner critic.
By when?
The end of the day.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well done. Thank you for playing with me.
Thank you.
Yeah.